You know, I fix the cameras. I get them all ready to go. And then somehow they get fucked up again.
Have you
I'm sorry,
considered
Oh,
getting good?
It's fine. I don't know what happened.
Just
There we go.
Take a moment, do what you gotta do.
It's
I
fine.
get the
Everything's
TikTok
fine.
sampler. It has 13 bags of pretzels, including 6 new flavors.
Yeah,
It's for $20.
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah.
yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I don't know. The lag is back again. It was fine, and now it's not.
Is it because I'm talking about pretzels you think that's causing the lag?
Yeah, it's totally your fault.
You know what? I
Which
don't
is so
think
weird
it is
because
my
Discord's
fault.
totally fine.
Oh yeah.
It could.
Discord's
mean-
fine. There's no problem with Discord. It's just
No, I think it's my fault. Why don't we explore my religious trauma and why I think things are my fault right now? I play Asimars often. What does your character class say about you? Your favorite character class and race and background?
no.
What does that say about you psychologically? Looks into camera. Looks
Anyway,
into camera.
welcome to Phixius 5 session 15.
Are we
Wrong.
live?
Try again. Welcome to Phixius Titans.
Titans. Yes, it's Titans. Phixius Titans.
You
Session
made
15.
Abby panic. You made her panic and regress into a whole different campaign.
Session 15.
Where's my Ram voice?
I know, right?
God.
Wait, I want to look up on Spotify where you can catch all of our stuff on the platform of your choice. I'm going to see what happened in episode 15 while you guys do the read.
Okay. Our first sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVACTER, all one word, at checkout to get 15% off of your order. Maggie's Dice Pick of the Week is...
Yes.
I have it right in front of me. It's not fair if I guess.
Okay, let's you guess then.
I have not the faintest idea. It could be any of one of a million, because the range
Well,
of
there's not a
Canadian Dice
million
is so
listings on the
huge.
website.
Blah,
There's
blah.
like 6. Blah, blah, blah. That's a good hint.
It's the moon is the night sun. Anyone else see that? No. Okay.
No, it's just Curse of Strahd. Which guess
Part of it's
what?
Strahd.
They're sharp edged, which is cool because then if a player at your table is acting up, you can poke them with a D4 link. As in, not that Link got poked, as in they poked me and they tricked me. So yeah, you can use the D4 to poke people if you're mean, like Strahd, who is a vampire who can poke you with his big meaty fangs. That's the ad read.
Great job,
Okay.
buddy.
That's the ad read. That's it.
You can get Strahd's Cursed Sharp-Edged Dice, which you can use to shank your players with at canadiandice.ca, along with other ones like Vampire Blood and Cum Dice.
Hashtag shank your players.
Hashtag shank your players. We're still partnered with Monument Studios. Their new Fantasy Plus program has officially released as of yesterday. You can get it pretty cheap. Subscription service is about $6 a month. So go there and do it.
And you get the first 90 days free if you use their code.
Oh yes, their code is HI.
Yeah.
Literally HI. That's it. So if you use code HI, you will get 90 days free to try out their program. And again, if you just go to if you use the subscription service, it's like $5 a month, or you can buy like the packs of music depending on what you want. Big thanks to everyone we met or saw at GaryCon. It was really great to see a lot of familiar faces, meet some new people. So thank you. We hope to see you again next year or wherever we end up showing up. Our friend DM Jeremy is actually going to be at Ragnarok Con in Kingston? Kitchener, Ontario this coming weekend. So if you see him, go say hi.
Nice.
Last but not least, you can find all of our sessions over on our YouTube channel under the Live tab, as well as our podcast versions. wherever you get your podcasts from. So say hi.
Hi.
It's just going to be our thing. Hi for Monument Studios. Hi for Old Men Rolling Dice. Hi for us. Let's go get high.
Hey, I live where it's legal now.
Yeah, you do.
By the way,
All right.
just real quick for Phixius 5 episode 15, it's called Shanks Very Much. In true, the last part is in true Phixius fashion, the party goes book shopping before heading to the Sterling Palace and meets the oddest royal couple. Ram touches all the things.
Oh, is that what y'all were doing in session 15 last year or last session?
Yeah.
Is it really
Nice.
called Shanks very much?
Yeah.
I think that's when that's when Paul got stabbed by Blade or
It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
That episode where Paul got stabbed by Blade.
That was
and Blade is
My
Thanks for
favorite
players.
reaction to something happening was just the journey that like Pog and Aster's faces went on, and then there's Affy in the corner just fuming.
I have
Everybody else
very
is
much.
freaking. Everybody
Oh,
else is
nice
freaking
nails.
out, and Affy's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna stab you."
Oh, I like them.
starts
Yes.
biting your nails.
Thank you.
Very
They're
pretty
gay.
because they touch tips.
Oh.
Anyways,
Okay.
Gay.
yes.
Well,
Anyways,
speaking of gay,
So, yes. Speaking of gay,
Hello?
so when we last left off a few weeks ago now, the party had just cleared out a warehouse for one of their contracts. You fought what was called a Banderhob. It was a giant frog with very sharp teeth. And you did some investigating after you had destroyed it and found out that it was like a hag minion of some sort, and probably was following the little fetish that Worm is carrying around in their bag at the moment.
It's where I keep all my fetishes, in a bag.
As you should, I guess. I don't know.
Well, some of them are very heavy and you need to carry them somewhere.
Sure. I get that. Just remember consent.
Of course, consent is important.
But anyways,
This is essential.
you found out a little bit about the creature and about that it was generally used to track down other creatures, and after sort of learning that, you guys sort of dug through the goo that was left behind, or prestidigitated the goo that was behind, and found out that it had been using a lock of Worm's hair taken in the middle of the night when you guys were camping in what has now become the werewolf woods. Even though, sure.
Werewolves. Their castle.
Yes. And there was so many Marvel puns and so many, I don't even know what Maggie was using, but there were so many Marvel lines. It's
I was using a wiki page that Appy sent me with Hawkeye's voice lines from Marvel Rivals, which is a fun game, and I have so much fun playing it.
yes, I can tell you that Maggie loves that game. Most of the time.
Yeah, I do.
But we had left off. You guys had just been paid, and you were headed back to Third House Surgeon to kind of wait out the rest of the day until you were summoned by Jandar. So we pick up with you guys back at the bunkhouse. What would you like to do? It's about mid-afternoon at this point because you guys went in the morning.
I don't know.
We're not
What time?
like the spark. We haven't got our like a agreed
No,
time.
that
to
is
meet
at
the
midnight
spark.
tonight.
Midnight tonight. Okay, thank
That
you.
is at midnight tonight.
I
So
don't know. I think we
you're
should
getting close. You just
hang out and not do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's possible.
I'm pretty squishy, so.
Okay. Sure.
Oh no,
We lost Liz.
Liz!
It wasn't us.
Liz! Liz, come back!
No, Liz.
No, go back.
Liz!
You got yeeted.
I did, but I got back.
Okay.
Well, I hope I'm not going to have another session like last time. I'll keep dropping out every 2 minutes.
Girl, I feel you.
No.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of hang out and rest and just hang out for the rest of the day at the bunkhouse then? Like nobody needs to go shopping or anything like that? No? Okay. I did
No,
distribute the coins from your last job. It's all there. So basically, you guys will just have like a long rest. Or like the equivalent of a long rest. Even though it's kind of in the middle of the day. But the sun goes down. Topher makes a very excellent dinner for everybody. And makes sure that there's extra, let's see, what do I have on the thing? He makes extra cream puffs tonight so that Worm can take some with her if she wants.
Hell yes.
Nice.
Are they like what kind of cream?
I have never made a cream puff, nor have I ever eaten one, so I don't know what's in the middle of them. You, as a chef, will have to tell me.
Usually cream, but you can flavor the cream. You can add like a coulis or berries, preserves.
He does use some of the strawberries that you guys brought back.
What was that?
Oh, I said Bailey's.
He
but
brings some of the
strawberries
strawberries that you...
Strawberries.
Strawberries.
Yeah.
He,
I don't know.
strawberries. Yeah, there
Oh,
you
it's
go.
like chocolate covered strawberry cream.
Oh. Without
There
Is
you
it
go.
Bailey's from a shoe?
Berries and cream. Berries and cream.
Oh,
But he makes sure that there's a few extra for you if you decide you wanted to take them with you.
I take all of them. If there's
Mhm.
like, even if there's like 30 left, I take all of them.
Okay.
I'd probably eat 3 before we leave, to be honest. Carbo loading.
Sure.
Carbo and
Reese's
sugar.
carbo loading and totally sugar loading. It's like
Yeah.
when a middle schooler drinks a Mountain Dew 2-liter full of pixie sticks.
Worm, there are 9 that you can bring with you.
9. That's okay, I
Uh-huh.
guess.
9!
Well,
All right. So, you guys kind of wait around, and eventually Jandar shows up, and sees you all sort of sitting around the dining room table, and he says, "Well, if you want to come with me, I'll take you now."
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
that'd be good. Thank you.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Follow me. And then he goes out and leads you to, he leads you down to the docks district where there is a warehouse that has, it looks derelict on the outside, like maybe hasn't been used for a long time. There's old paint on it that indicated that it once belonged to some kind of fishing company, but given the state of the paint and everything, it probably was quite a while ago. And, you know, making sure that you guys aren't being followed, he kind of looks around and opens the door, lets you in. Inside, you find that there's a couple of old, like, boats pulled up against one wall, covered in, like, tarps. There's old crates strewn about. But he leads you to the back of this warehouse. And there is, in the floor, it's kind of odd when you look at it, actually. There's a grate in the floor that looks like it was done more recently than this building. And he sort of picks the lid up and sets it aside and indicates that you should head down.
Why does the grate look different?
Do you ask him that?
Yeah.
My understanding, this was added a few years ago when the Bel'Ser started being more active. Better to get down into the sewers without the guards watching.
That is true. Ophelia this time activates their other armor that doesn't make people want to hit her. She instead puts it on the fuck is it called?
Infiltrator.
Infiltrator mode, yes. And they also use their defensive field to give them 4 temporary HP.
Okay.
Nice.
So like sleek armor, very like the boots kind of like do the thing where they go shing, and they look hot as fuck, like boob window and all. It's perfect for being sneaky. This giant shiny suit, really good for being sneaky.
Okay. Seeing
pull
you all
10
sort of
good berries
hesitate. There you go. Seeing all of you sort of hesitate to go down, he sort of understands and goes down before you. It's quite all right down here, I promise.
I put on mage armor.
Martyr.
Sure. What does it look like when you put on your mage armor?
Do you get boob window?
No, I don't get boob window. If I was in another form, I would have boob window. But in Worm's like tiefling default form, a little more conservative. So she just kind of like taps the center jewel in her necklace, and it sort of like flows over her, briefly visible before fading away.
So do you follow Jandar?
Not first.
Well, yes.
I'll go first. I just open the grip on my sword, and 10 berries fall out, and I put them in a pouch and close the handle and keep going. I'll go down.
Okay.
I'll follow.
So
Nice.
you get down.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sword out.
So
I go down too.
I need a marching order when you get down here. So Race obviously first, and then Worm.
Mm-hmm.
And Lily
You want to go?
and Atlas.
And then I'll go last.
It's fine.
Sounds good.
Did you just call them Atlas?
I did just call them Atlas because
I am
on
Atlas,
my,
but
on my
I'm-
screen, they're
Oh,
down
I'm still
as
Atlas.
Atlas.
Hold on, let me fix that.
Ophelia takes up the
Yeah.
rear.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna be
So-
Artemis.
I mean, do you really want to run this nonsense?
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Yes, you do. It's called fake it till you make it.
I'm not good at that.
Exactly.
That's better.
Um.
I won't keep calling
Okay,
you the
so you
wrong
get
name.
down to the bottom. Race, the first thing that you notice is Jandar is down there, and he's got his hand out held, and there's a small little, like, crackling flame in the palm of his hand. He's using as light. He says, "Right, come with me," and begins to lead you through a series of tunnels, and you emerge into a I believe they're called a cistern, where it's like a big open space underground that like collects water. So he leads you into there, and then kind of pauses for a second and looks at the different tunnels that lead off of it, and gives off a very specific sounding whistle I can't do it because I'm not talented like that, but it's very like, it starts off low and kind of peaks up. And then a couple of seconds later, you hear it's responded with 3 very short, like high-pitched whistles from multiple tunnels. And people begin to come out of those tunnels. Yep.
For changeling reasons, I'm clocking this.
Okay. Okay, so you make a note of the whistles, that the call and response that they give to each other.
Yeah.
And you see 4 different individuals come out, all sort of wearing plain leather armor. One of them has a big patch over his eye. The most noticeable that comes out, you see a 5th person emerges. This is a hulking figure, like maybe close to 400 pounds worth of just solid muscle and shell as a turtle steps out. And he's got like you guys have seen turtles before, but this one has a very like wide set jaw with the tip of their like beak is like broken, giving them sort of like a permanent scar, like a permanent scowl on their face all the time. And they step out and see what?
I said Gesundheit.
I sneezed. I'm allergic.
So it is beginning to be allergy season.
You know your friends are sneezing when they mute themselves, but their whole screen goes.
Yes. Or their headphones go flying, or any number of things.
They disappear from the screen for several seconds.
Yep.
Let me just put my whole nose into the other room.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the turtle addresses are, and those of you who speak primordial,
I do.
It's
You-
me.
Okay, so those of you who speak primordial, you hear him greet Jandar. He says, "Are these the ones?" Jandar says, "Yes, they have come with a warning." And he says that you guys have come with a warning. This turtle person sort of looks very closely at all of you, as though he's like sort of sizing you up. And did the 2 of you just wave at him?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Hello.
He just kind of looks at the 2 of you and then looks at Jandar and then begins to like walk in a circle, a very slow circle around you. And in common, he says, "I am Jave, and it is, I guess, a pleasure to meet all of you. I am the Sparks Security.
That
It is
makes
my
more
job
sense.
to keep her."
I was thinking you were the spark, and then I was very confused.
No, this Spark, she is the best of us.
I mean, I wasn't saying
But
you were
if you wish to
bad.
meet her, it is my job to keep her safe. Therefore, if you wish to meet with her face to face, he like rummages in a bag and takes out like 4 pieces of cloth and like holds them out. "You must put these on." And like they look dwarfed in his like massive hand, but you can tell that they're like hoods.
I'm claustrophobic.
Then you can wait here.
You're
What if I
afraid
just
of
close my
Sandbar.
eyes? I'm not afraid of Santa. No, that's claustrophobic.
No, Santar.
He just looks
I
at
don't know who
you,
that is.
Ophelia. Ophelia, he looks at you and just very seriously, he goes, Centaur's not real.
How dare you?
Just to be clear, is that a Santa Claus centaur?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
what
Oh my
we're
God,
talking
yes.
about right now?
Yes.
Ophelia, like,
I guess.
gives him like a knowing nod. It wasn't jest. I also
Very well.
believe that Centaur is not real.
Says you.
You just told me that you. Never mind.
No, I'm
He
not.
holds out the hoods.
I put on the hood.
Okay.
What is the hood
It
made
is-
of?
It looks like it's made out of some sort of black material. And Ophelia, when you put it on, you cannot see out of it.
I cannot see out of this.
Lily puts hers on and sort of goes, quite right. You can't see out of this.
Can we see where there's light in the room? Like, you know how sometimes if you put fabric over your face, you can still see where there's light and all that?
No, you cannot see any of that.
Rude.
The
This feels to me like it's been treated on the inside to make sure that you can't see through it at all.
I make a big fuss about putting it on, like O.J. Simpson trying to put on the glove because of my horns.
They give you like the poop hat version of it, where you know the
So-
ones that are like the floppy hats that look
Yeah.
like they're
He-
pooping out the back of your head.
He looks at you, Worm, and you're taller than him. He's just wider.
I'm taller than him? I'm not even that tall.
Yes. No, he's just a very solid looking turtle.
I'm 5'2".
Yeah, you're taller than him.
And I'm not
Oh,
even
he's
wearing
built
like my.
a dwarf.
He is built like a dwarf.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And he
So-
just looks up at you and he says, if it's a problem, you can wait here.
That's not very nice. I'm the one with the message.
It is my job to keep her safe. You must understand it has been difficult lately.
Oh no, I get it. I absolutely get it. I just feel like your hoods are very non-accessible.
Would you like me to rip a hole in them for your horns?
Yes, I would.
He takes the hood, rips 2 little spots for your horns, hands it to you.
Okay, I put it on. But I can still see it.
Yes, yes, you can. At least for 10 feet.
Yeah, that's not fair.
You don't know that.
And then
It's still not fair.
Jander comes up and, like, very, very gently, like to you, Race, he says, I'm going to take your hand now. And puts your hand on his shoulder and then helps the others put their hands on, like, sort of like so you are, like, one hand on each other's shoulders.
This is unsettling.
All right.
I don't like it.
I apologize for the uncomfortableness.
Just
What
get
if
it
there's a
over with.
fire?
Then we will protect you.
Insight check.
Make an inside check.
Stick your head in the huddle.
Natural
burn off.
one.
You definitely believe him.
Okay, cool.
Just stick your head in it and the huddle burn off. Don't worry about it.
Race, I'm resistant to the cold, not the heat.
Once
Whatever.
everybody has their hood settled and you're all sort of like, you know, little kid
In a train.
together, like, yeah, like little kids do in kindergarten where they have to hold on to each other. So you're kind of like that right now. And they begin to lead you through the sewers and you walk and walk and walk. And you take turns at random intervals and double back and make more turns. Like your sense of time is a little off because of the hood and all of that sort of stuff, but you had to have walked for at least an hour before you finally get where it is that you're going. And you begin to hear the sound of like rushing water eventually, and then you can feel the terrain underneath your feet sort of change. You start walking across wood, and then you can hear. Everybody make a perception check.
Yes, something I am great at.
17.
Ophelia, you also have to make a dex check.
Oh no. Hold on, let me check what my armor does. So first the perception
Nice,
check.
Race.
And then let me double check what this armor does real quick. I should have checked it when I said I was putting it on, but that's something a sucker would do.
Only suckers read their abilities.
Yeah, only suckers read their abilities.
What's the other one you said? Perception and...
Only Ophelia has to make a dex save.
I have advantage on dexterity stealth checks.
This is a save, not a stealth check.
Okay.
You can thank Cedar.
Okay. Thank you, Cedar. I rolled a
Okay,
19.
19, not bad. You're fine. So you kind of like your foot kind of slips for a second, but you catch yourself. And the rest of you, like pretty much everybody rolled pretty well in their perception checks. You hear, so if you've ever, how can I describe this? If you've ever been like approaching a room that is like full of people, it sounds like a flock of birds from a far distance. At first you kind of hear that and it's a little confusing, but then you start to make out like individual voices and things like that. And it sounds like actually quite a lot of people. And then you hear from at the back of the party where Javert is, he makes this same sort of low then high whistle that you heard before. And ahead of you, you hear those 3 piercing whistles, but from like multiple sources, and then dead silence. And then a few moments later, you find yourselves back on like what feels like stone again. You cross whatever sort of wooden thing you were on. And you find yourselves you are sort of stopped like from walking, and then the hoods are pulled off and you find yourselves in what looks to be a pub. But from everything that you can see, this pub is underground.
Oh no.
No, we lost Liz.
Liz!
Come back.
Dang it, Liz. Dang it, Liz.
Dang it, Bobby.
Can everybody see the map though?
Mm-hmm.
I can see the map.
Okay. So you are brought into this room and the hoods are removed, and you can see there are tables around with what looks to be like there's playing cards on the tables left as though everybody like got up in a hurry. There's food, there's drink, everything. There's one other person in this bar. And there is one other person in this bar, and there is a girl, maybe she looks like she's about 19, and she's leaning against leaning with her elbows against the bar and looking at all of you. And so I can hear. There we go.
Loading. Oh, she's cute.
She just sort of is leaning and she looks at all of you.
What does she look like
And
for the
practicing
podcast?
drawing people. She has, let's see, so she has very dark skin with golden colored eyes. She has long black hair that is done up in like dreads, with the very tips of them are dipped in some kind of blue. You're not entirely sure what is giving it that coloring.
Manic panic.
Yes, definitely manic panic.
Not sponsored.
Also sponsor us.
Actually, if we got sponsored by Manic Panic, I would
Also
be
sponsor us.
awesome hair.
Please sponsor us.
I would color my
Yeah.
hair all the time.
Absolutely.
But she's also
color
wearing
Rob
like
Yes.
she's wearing a sort of blue linen shirt with like a breastplate over it, simple leather pants and boots. Very practical looking. Has a look on her face of, if you've ever seen somebody that like is much smarter than their age would necessarily allow, she sort of has that air about her. She gives off a sense of knowing more than she lets on. And she just sort of leans and looks at all of you. Well, I must say, you're a bit more different than I expected, but Jander says that you work for Amari. So I'm told you have a message for me.
Yep,
We do.
we do. Are you actually the spark, or is this some sort of... trick?
My name is Yara, and I am the Spark. They call the Spark anyways. I've never claimed that title, but it's what everybody calls me. And who are you, Seisuke? Looking at you, Worm.
My name is Worm. That's with a Y, not an O.
Good to know.
Well, people wouldn't love me if I was a worm.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Just a little
We're on
joke.
the same wavelength.
Ugh.
Mm.
Tough crowd, tough crowd.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, I'm Worm, and this is my best friend Race, and that's Lily and Ophelia.
Hey.
Greetings. And I give a bow formally.
Hey, Jer.
Hi, Jer. Thanks for resubbing. We love you.
Hi, Jeremy.
E. She, in turn, she sort of greets all of you, and
It's good to meet you.
she says, Jander has told me a bit about you. I guess when his shop was burned down.
That wasn't our fault.
No.
I know, he told me.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
You wouldn't be down here if it was your fault, so.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. Message. Your daddy is not very happy, as we know. He's trying to open doors that should remain closed.
I'm aware. Doors.
Yeah. I think he might have already been trying to open a couple. Hence the fire.
And these doors go
Elemental
where?
planes.
Exactly.
The elemental planes, yeah.
And you can see there's like a look that sort of comes across her face, like this is not new information.
No, I know it's not new information. I kind of figured you would know. But the thing is, like, you're kind of the key.
The key.
Yeah. And the longer you're alive, the more it's not going to be good. Or it will be good, but
For him.
for a different reason.
Well,
yeah. Thank you, Lily.
Bad for him.
Bad for him.
Bad for him.
Not for
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Sorry, that
sounded
came out.
vaguely threatening.
Absolutely wrong. It
We
sounded a
want
little
you to be
threatening.
alive.
Not how I meant
He
it.
doesn't want you to be alive. Your dad wants to kill you, is what we're trying to tell you.
Which isn't, I'm
Yes.
sure, new news either.
No, not so much. He's been in a state for quite a while.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of know. But you're like you're good. Like you being alive is a good thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
I would hope so.
Well, I mean, some people they're better off dead. You're not one of them, though.
But you're not one of those, no.
Sure. She kind of like shoots a glance at Jander, like, what is going on? And Jander's just like standing there, like,
Shrugging, I don't know.
What I'm trying to say is, I forget the total prophecy. I have like the vague memory of it. I know what it looks like. I just can't remember the actual like minutia of it.
okay. Did anybody write it down? While I dig through my notes because I have it. I'm curious if any of you did.
I don't know. I thought I did, but it's not anywhere that I put it.
I thought I did, but I can't find it. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. So the child of the flame still draws breath, hidden away but still working the shadows. The can't read my own notes. Searing red seeks to unite the four and sets his sights on the door of doors. Fail to protect the spark, an ancient evil will awake renewed.
So we would like to not
I
have.
love that I wrote that so
evil.
fast I can't actually read it now.
Yeah, we would like to keep the ancient evil, not awakened.
Not alright, not awakened. Yes, keep it asleep, please.
I know it's
And-
not fair for this to
How?
be upon you, this fate, and sincerely, I am sorry about that.
I learned a long time ago you cannot fight your own destiny.
Sometimes you come back, regardless of it, or perhaps in spite of it.
There. And how is it you came about this warning?
You know, the old prophetic dream situation.
Are you a seer?
Not usually, no.
That's a bit odd then.
That's why we took it so seriously, because, you know, when someone who doesn't usually have visions has a vision, you should probably do something about it.
Yeah, first you look for the gas leak, and then you believe them.
And then I had a dream afterwards that said you were in the sea of blue beneath the city, and that's how we knew how to find you.
Okay. Sure, I'm following.
And since this is actually happening and it was true, then that other one's probably true. Because we got it from the same. Never mind.
No, I think that's important. You were trying to do, confirm that what Worm saw was really a prophecy.
Yeah.
You didn't get quite the same, but you certainly got the same
While looking for the
you got
gas
from the
leak.
same person.
You know,
Yes.
make
Yeah.
sure it's not a gas leak.
So it's
Does that happen often in your home?
Oh no, we weren't at home. We were in the werewolf forest.
The what? I'm sorry, the werewolf forest?
Yep.
That's a new one.
Forest.
Yeah.
Werewolves happen to be there.
You know
Oh,
the big
of course.
crossroads on the road between here and Bel'Ser? We camped there.
I'm aware of the forest. I wasn't aware that there was werewolves there. That must have been
Mhm.
frightening for you all.
Oh no, it was fine. A little meaty, a little bloody.
Could have done
Anyway.
without it, but but it was fine. We handled it.
You can tell she's not exactly sure how to take what is happening right now. She's
Neither
just
are
sort
we.
of processing all of this information.
Just a bunch
So
of
you
abs-
Not
brought
honestly
your
flavor.
warning to me.
chuckleheads sitting here telling a story
Mhm.
about the dreams they had. And then we had a dream that said where to find you, and so we thought it must be true.
And then there were bacon fetishes everywhere.
And we thought it might be a werewolf.
Cream puff?
You can tell she doesn't process that last sentence at all. It just sort of catches up with her, and she's I'm sorry, what now?
Cream puff?
No, the thing about the bacon.
Oh, bacon fetishes. Yeah.
I don't
Is
know
it
if I want
the
to
one-
ask.
Oh, it's nothing like perverse.
No, it's not creepy fetish type thing. It's
Well, it's not
we
creepy.
made
No.
protective.
Don't
No,
kink
we made
shame.
protective.
But they became
Well,
creepy
bacon
later.
shaming, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, they did. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay. So
Cream puff?
understand. She just sort of
They're Baileys and
takes it,
strawberry.
looks at it, sniffs it, takes a little nibble,
Oh, I eat a whole thing.
Jesus.
Like I
and
just
then
pop
looks
the
at
whole thing
Jander.
in
She's
my
like,
mouth.
"Well, these are toffers." And Jander's like, "Yes."
Yeah, I can't bake worth shit. I definitely got these from somebody else.
It's good to know. It's good to know your skills.
Puts
Yeah,
an
so if I ever
artificial
come
note-
in
What
here and
exactly-
claim like I'm baking something, I'm definitely lying, and you should probably make sure I'm not being followed.
I put in artist's notes a great
Good to know.
the great Phixius Bake Off. Don't let Ophelia get their hands on a blender. Something's gonna go very wrong.
Or very
God.
right.
They just
Yeah.
they spend their time taking the blender apart just to
Yeah.
make it some sort of magical thing.
Yeah, the blender is
crazy.
taken apart and put back together all within the half an hour time limit.
Yeah.
They've created and then they just put the blender on the plate. Ta-da.
So, and she kind of looks at all these. She says, "So what brings a bunch of Outlada together? How do you know each other?"
Bunch of what now?
What's that word?
She says, "Sorry, Outlala. It means outsiders. You're very clearly not from this city."
Rude, but true.
Actually, no.
No,
I am.
there are
from the
other
city.
words that are rude for outsiders.
I know. I was
yeah,
just
Lily,
being facetious.
Lily is from
I've
here.
lived in Urani all my life.
Oh, okay. Some of our information was incorrect then. Good to
At
know.
the Temple of Illumination, I've lived there since I was tiny.
I'm
She kind of
definitely
looks
not
at
from
you
here.
and she says, "Oh, you're one of Nulk's then."
Yes, I am one of those. Yeah.
Lily, do you know what Udalali
He's,
means?
It means outsider. They just said that.
It does mean outsider. It does mean outsider.
Just checking.
If they
But
really
it-
wanted to
but-
be mean, they would call us something else.
Yeah. Indeed, they would.
Is this supposed to be?
Udalali? No,
Oh, okay.
not
like it.
exactly.
Sounds musical.
It does.
Anyway.
So, what is it you're hoping comes of this warning?
We don't want you to die.
Most people. That's a good cause, but most people don't do things for free. So, what is it that's in this for you?
Well, you see, we're kind of the people who also live here and do not want to also die.
I'm pretty sure the
That's
perk
fair.
is the same for everyone. The ancient evil does not awaken. Renewed.
Yeah,
That's
we're just the
pretty much
assholes who
the-
live here. Like,
That's
that's
the
all it comes down
bonus.
to.
We're not very materialistic.
Well,
I mean, that's
mean,
not totally true. I really like materials. Like pillows and blankets.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is we do not need some grand reward. Being comfortable is all that we would like to be eventually, and we cannot be comfortable if, the gates to the elemental planes open. That sounds like a bad time.
that's fair.
I mean, it's not totally
And what is
bad.
it that you know? What is it you know of his plans?
Well, taking in context clues from the prophecy, open all the elemental planes, bring a bunch of chaos, open the door of doors, and unleash unholy evil upon the planet.
So pretty much the poem is what we've got.
Okay,
And
good to know.
clearly somehow you are important in making sure that he can't do that.
Oh, well,
So-
that part's easy. That part's
Yeah,
easy.
that
The
part's-
longer that. Sorry, what are you? What are your pronouns? I don't want to mispronoun you.
She, her is fine.
Okay. The longer that she's alive, there's more hope. There's more people that will fight. But if she dies,
That's the only thing. You're the only thing stopping your father from doing all these
well, I think
dreadful
you're,
things. We
you're
think.
more of a mouthpiece or like a symbol as opposed to the one thing blocking it. But I could be wrong. Prophecies aren't exactly known for being transparent.
Indeed.
That is true. Heard a few in my time. That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, listen, a person doesn't get to be in my position and have the luxury to trust strangers. If you really want to help, I have some work that needs to be done, but it needs to be people outside of the organization, at least for now. If you can do this job, then I will consider more work down the way. I've got some things going on that I may need talented individuals to help with. If that's your thing. And if that's not your bag, then you can walk away now, no harm is done.
What is it that you need doing?
Just a day's walk along the coast to the south here, there was a recently discovered ancient ruins that became unearthed when the ground shook a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
That there is... We think it had some significance back before the Divine War. And we're hoping that its keeper is a journal within. There's been rumors of such a journal, and we're hoping that this is the place. We need someone to go and retrieve it. And you, and she points at all of you, are in a rather unique position to help us with that. You work for Third House Surgeon, and it could be legitimate salvage. No one would question you if you get a contract. No one could stop you from going.
Do we make up the contract and just sort of like hand him a piece of paper?
Amari would be able to help you with this. Yeah.
Wasn't
Out of character, Moose.
Wasn't there something on the bounty board about salvage and ruins?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because
For the archaeology
yes.
archaeology society.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, there's
Well,
already
remember-
a request on the bounty board at the Third House for going and looking at those. I assume it's the same ruins. I might be wrong, but
Ophelia spaces out because they have to think about a dog that's downstairs. I will be right back.
Okay.
wow.
Ophelia
Dog
just goes wall-eyed for a
downstairs?
second.
When we're already
Yay.
underground, this is craziness.
Gongo bongo.
JJ.
What do you mean there's already a bounty?
I don't remember the ins and outs. I just remember there was something about an archaeological dig or
Now you
securing
now you
a site.
mention it. Yeah, now you mention it, I might remember it too. Yeah. It would be a bit coincidental, should we say?
I think it's for
If
the
it was
same.
something completely different. Yeah.
I don't know if it's for the
Do you
same site, but I
remember-
would assume so.
Do you remember who the notice was for?
Not off the top of my head. No, I just remember
Mm.
there was an archaeological.
I mean, it's basically there's a board in House Surgeon that all the jobs that are going get put up on, so that you can choose what you want to
Yes,
do next.
I am aware.
It's one of them.
Many of the merchant houses here employ mercenaries or whatever it is you call yourselves, adventurers, whatever, to do jobs for them.
Independent
Brings in coin
contractors.
for. There you go.
Yeah,
Brings in coin for both the house and for yourself.
correct.
Many of the merchant houses do such a thing. Well, if there's a notice on your board,
That
there
would-
will be
that
on
would
several
certainly-
others.
Mm. Well, we can set. Well, in that case, then we need to get back there and get on with it. Assuming, my friends, that we're going to take the job.
Well, sure.
One
It
of
sounds
the
cool.
Mm.
one of the priests that is said to have lived in such a place kept a journal. The only thing we need is the journal. Everything else you can either take or leave. I'm not sure what type of adventurers you are. Independent contractors you are.
Mhm.
But if you're working for Amari, I imagine you've got some bit of a moral compass.
More or less.
Thank you. Yes, we have.
Good to know. First we try, then we trust.
I feel like I've heard
And if
that
you
a
can-
million times before. You know what it is? My Auntie Ram used to say it all the time. And she was usually saying it like sarcastically.
That's an interesting name.
They were warforged.
We have a few of those here as well.
Mm-hmm. One of the originals.
Oh,
She was very cool.
You bet.
And I like pull out my doll. It's, I mean, it's not perfect. But you know.
you and her were close.
Yeah, still are.
It's good. it's important to have family you care about, whether it's maid or blood.
Got those too, but sometimes
Very true.
Brothers, right?
brothers.
Siblings
Absolutely.
in general, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Sure.
Oh well.
Well, if you do this job and you return, work down the road for you. There's several important events coming up.
Oh. Birthday party?
Hmm.
Is it a
Not
potluck?
quite.
Do you need us to bring drinks?
No. No.
We can bring the
I
bacon.
don't think I don't think they quite mean that kind of event somehow. I think Spark might be talking about something
I'm just saying you always need
Less
fuel
fun.
to do things like that. So, you know.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I could get
Well,
streamers just in case.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
As
I
they
think
say.
we're okay on the party supplies, SK.
What's that word?
Isn't that the outsider? No, that one's friend.
No,
that
that
one
means
means friend.
Yes. That one you've heard before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Udalali is the outsider.
Hey, you're
Yes,
my
it's
friend
the
too,
outsider.
okay?
And I realize it's not actually Udalali.
I put my hand out to
I
shake,
know.
to shake her hand. Like, yeah, we're friends now.
She kind of sizes you up for a second and then reaches out and shakes your hand. And
I probably shake
She's
it way
very-
too hard.
she's very like solid. Like if you've ever just sort of like
Oh.
hugged somebody or like shook somebody's hand who's just very like a solid person. Not, and I don't mean like weight wise. I mean just like their
Yeah.
presence is very solid. That's what she feels like. Like she's very level headed, very grounded.
I feel like in that case, like, because we're talking race here, this is the most solid handshake. It's one of those like forearms clasped, kind of like your whole body
yeah.
like tenses. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes. She gives a good handshake. She's got it down. You're not sure if it's
Okay,
from, you know,
respectable.
come with me. I will show you the map. And she leads you. So on the map where you guys are, she leads you out, like sort of back out, and not what I wanted.
Hi, Ginger.
So she
Ginger.
brings you. Can everybody see the map still?
Yep.
I can see Ginger.
Okay. So she brings you
Yeah.
across.
Oh, okay.
She brings you across the way, and there is sort of like a war room almost set up here. And there's a couple of tables that like you can see they have been hastily sort of like cleared up of very sensitive information, but there are maps and things like that on the table which they don't have, like they're marked, but there's no like notation as to what maybe those marks mean of both the city of Yamani as well as the surrounding countryside. And she takes you to the one that shows you the surrounding countryside, and she points to a very specific point on the map, and she says, "This is where the rumors are that this ruins have been unearthed. I would like you to go there."
Okay.
And we don't know what lies within, so be prepared. Be careful.
Yeah.
And if anybody else shows up, you don't know us.
Who are you?
Exactly.
Who are you?
Ooh, 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 ooh.
We don't have much in the way of help at the moment that we can give you, but I can give you this. And she roots around in like a little bag that's on the table and gives you 2 regular healing potions.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
This will hopefully help you on your journey. If there's nothing else, I will have them escort you back.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
No, I think
Don't
that's
die.
fine. Thank you. No,
I will do my
please
best.
don't.
You all as well.
It's
And-
too late for that, Ophelia says ominously. And they slide out of the room.
Javel gives you guys the hoods again to put on.
Oh, really?
He's safe. It's for the safety of the spark.
Okay.
I would like to learn how to make these hoods. They are very unique.
When you come back, we'll have you speak with the tailor?
Very nice. Ophelia assumes these are magical, not knowing that they might just be fabric made. Ophelia just assumes they're magical because they work so well.
Yeah.
Gingy.
Ginger. That's a good baby.
She did lots of
So
bits and pieces. She's tired.
you are escorted out. You're not exactly sure which direction you are taken out. But as you begin to leave the area, there are those there's that same call and response whistles again, and you begin to hear voices filling back into that room that you were in.
Mhm.
You can tell that they're very careful about seeing who is there. But you're let out and led through the sewers again. The walk back is not quite as long, but still taken through turns and twists, and you double back for a little bit and turns again. Sort of, you can tell that they're trying to confuse you as to how you get in there. Make it harder, at least. And you are taken out through a different sewer grate. Brought back up to street level. And as the hoods are taken off, you kind of look around, and from what you can see, you are somewhere in the Clefstone, which is it's the district just north of the Azure Ward.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
So you come out right about here.
Uh-huh.
So not too far from Third House Surgeon, from what you can guess, and it is very late. You can hear the bells that sort of ring at every hour interval from the Temple of Illumination. You can hear it going off on the 3 hour mark, so it's about 3 a.m.
Please do an impersonation of the bells.
Nope.
Okay.
The storm that was
Ding-dong.
rolling. The storm that was
Mhm.
rolling in. Can we see it from here?
Oh fuck! I forgot about
Make
that.
a perception
shit.
checks.
Yes, so did I.
Yeah.
Make perception checks. Way to go, Worm.
I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
21.
That's a good K-pop band.
14.
So, yes, you can see the storm from where you are. Ophelia, not so much.
Ophelia.
The rest of you can see the storm from where you are. It's odd. You would have expected that storm to be a lot closer than it is. and it has not really moved out to sea.
Or inland.
Or inland.
You just don't really. It hasn't moved, so.
I'm no weather person, but that seems wrong, irregular to me.
What seems wrong and irregular? Ophelia's looking in the wrong direction because they're
I
still
just-
thinking about the hoods.
I just turn Ophelia's head and, like,
Ophelia
presumably
still
the
has
rest
her
of
hood
her
on.
body.
No, only my head moves.
Ophelia still has their hood on.
Yeah.
Oh, I take
So my hood up.
take the hood off of the storm that was over there last night. Is still
My head is rotated a weird way now, and I like slowly like shuffle my body to be in the right
The rest
position.
of your body slowly.
Yeah, and like you hear like a crunch sound, but Ophelia doesn't seem phased.
I don't even blink. I feel like there. One of my aunties is a warforged. I've got some other weird aunties. I'm just fucking used to this sort of weird shit.
I look out at the like the sky, and I mutter, "They're actually called meteorologists."
What do meteors have to do with the weather?
It's their title. Like how I'm an artificer, they would be a meteorologist.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm not a meteorologist, cometologist. But that isn't normal.
No, that does look quite bad. I
Yeah.
just thought that you should know in case you do meet a meteorologist.
If I meet a meteorologist, I'll let you know.
Okay. So
But
there is one bad. I do have some bad news. Looking out at this,
the fact that it
none
hasn't
of us are
moved.
meteorologists.
Yeah, but I think
True.
Worm's right. I don't think you need to be one to be able to know that that's not normal. That should be
No.
moving. That should be either further away or closer to us.
Can I make
Or-
A meteorologist check.
Can I make a meteorology check? I have skill.
Nature.
Skill, knowledge, meteorology. I can make a nature check actually.
That would be a nature check. And what is it exactly you're trying to figure out?
Why is it doing that? Like, what could cause the storm to stay in one place for so long?
I mean, I've got a couple ideas, but I don't know if you want to hear them.
Well, why don't Worm? Can I have Worm give her theories first, and then I try to narrow it down with my check?
Sure.
Theory number
Bear
one.
has come up behind you, by the way. He's like with you.
Oh, okay. Theory number one. Well, we are dealing with somebody who's trying to open all the doors to the elemental planes. That looks like a storm that I've read about once or twice from the elemental plane of air. That's theory number one. Theory number two, dragon. Theory number three, storm giant. Theory number four, Titan. Storm Titan?
Oh. Is that a thing?
Why not? If there are doors being opened to the elemental planes, all that weird shit can come through. And I've read
You're right,
things.
Worm. I don't like the sound of any of those.
Told you so. Theory number 5. What the fuck?
That's not a theory. That is a statement.
No, it
That's
can
a
be a
question.
theory too. Yeah.
I feel like it can be a statement, a theory, and an exclamation all at once.
It is not a theory, but it is the rest of those things.
Well, I mean, it can still be a theory because it's like why it do that thing.
Hmm.
Matt Pat appears in the background and yells, "But it's just a theory," and then disappears into a bush.
Who the fuck was Matt Pat?
Some sort of wizard. I've never watched a Matt Pat video. I just know it from the memes.
Yeah.
I sound old when I say the memes. The memes. What does Ophelia think? Like, yeah.
Race and Worm and Ophelia, as you're all sort of looking at this storm, you're kind of watching it for a little while, and you notice that the lightning, cloud to cloud lightning never goes the same way twice. This lightning is following a pattern.
Like every single time, or it has like a cycle of like
Every time.
Hmm.
and
It's like a repeating, it hits this cloud, hits that cloud, hits this cloud, hits that cloud, and it's the same pattern.
You think they're sending like a lightning bat signal?
theory number 6. Aliens. That's all I got.
Your hair's not messy enough. His hair always looks really crazy
Yeah,
when he
I
does
know.
that.
So I guess with Ophelia's nature check, do any of those track a little bit more than
Ophelia, yeah, so you got, what did you get? A 22? You... It could be a dragon. It could be somebody parked a storm giant castle out there. It is less likely that it is a Titan because, as far as you're aware, all the Titans are dead.
Oh. Wait, this is when we do the thing. We become the Phixius Titans.
what?
Like right now?
Sorry, I was too busy Edward Munching the scream to do the out of character moves. This is the part where Nemesis says the thing and we become the
All the Titans are dead, or are they?
They.
or no, because we're gonna be the new Titan.
We were the Titans we met along the way.
Yes.
I don't
I
know.
got really
The
excited.
Titans all along.
But all the Titans are supposed to be dead.
I mean, yeah, but we're dealing with somebody who wants to open the doors to the elemental planes, and Dunamancy is a thing. I don't know.
We're
Like I
making a
said-
history check at advantage.
No, I don't want to.
I feel like I heard a story once about a guy that turned a bunch of normal people into Titans.
16, dropping a 1 again.
You have firsthand knowledge that that's not true.
Which part is not true?
That the Titans are dead.
Oh, yeah. That's sort of what I was implying without coming out and saying it directly.
I'm an idiot. Sorry.
No, that's okay. But thank you for confirming. Because I also was bullshitting at first.
Bullshit, but it's
You know,
canon.
Like werewolf forest. Not actually werewolves.
Worm just says stuff and sees what's. It's like throwing spaghetti at the wall
Exactly.
to see what sticks.
Yeah.
You just say things and some of it might be true.
I've
And
never
also
heard
seeing,
that
like-
phrase.
What, throwing spaghetti at a wall to see if it sticks?
Yeah, what the fuck?
So
That's how you tell when it's done.
Yeah, it's how you tell when
What?
it's done. But it's
Yeah.
also a phrase that's used when you're just trying to like throw ideas at a wall. If something sticks, it means it's good.
Yeah, I know that one, but never
Yeah.
with spaghetti.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
But I'll be lying
Yeah.
to me right now, and I
Yep.
wouldn't know.
No,
No.
absolutely not
Like-
lying. You can
Well-
look it up. If you throw spaghetti at a wall and it sticks, it means it's done.
Spaghetti.
Or you could eat it to see if it's.
Or you could eat it. Yeah.
No,
Which
that
is
sounds
what I do.
even faker.
Yeah, but that's not as fun as throwing it at the wall.
Then you don't have to
Yeah,
clean the
but
wall.
not gross.
That's
then.
that's fair.
And also, I like mine a little al dente, so it might not stick. Anyway, so as you're like completely shoving down my Titans theory, I'm just. I mean, I've read some things. That's not true exactly.
What do you mean?
Titans aren't all dead.
Who's
Oh, really?
alive?
I mean, do I know specifically which Titans are alive?
Yep. Oh, you know one for sure.
I know one for sure. Well, I know. I'm pretty sure one is still alive. At least.
Ah,
And
okay.
do I know, like, their element? Or I'm assuming, like, I can guess air. That's my guess. Do I know their name? Do I know anything about them? Or are they just kind of air Titan dude?
What'd you get on your history check? 16.
16.
You. Give me a moment. I will send you a message.
Sure.
And then you can decide what you want to tell them. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
So, like, why do people? Who decided to throw spaghetti against the wall first? Like, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
I'm gonna guess the people who invented spaghetti.
Probably.
Angels, and then they first made their hair into pasta, and then from that they invented spaghetti, I assume.
And also, cats were invented then, and that is how Pasta the cat became.
Oh, that makes sense. But do you ever
Oh, she moved.
do you ever have the moon meet your eyes?
Like a big pizza pie.
It's a pie.
I heard that's amore.
I have heard
That
that as
is-
well.
That
Yeah.
is love. But what's love got to do with it?
No idea what's it got to do with
Got to
it.
do with it. Yeah. But you know what I need? A little RESPECT.
Happy birthday, Aretha Franklin.
Is it her birthday?
It was today or yesterday, yeah.
Yay, happy birthday, Aretha Franklin. New character idea for like an alt history game, Aretha Ben Franklin.
Urethra Ben Franklin.
It's even worse. He probably had nasty diseases. He was a freak. He was a freaky shit.
It's true.
Was fucked like that.
Okay. I have my info now. Sorry.
We should not be allowed to talk amongst ourselves anymore.
So the
I never know what's gonna happen with you guys. It's fine.
He told us we were
I've
allowed to talk.
I've heard and I've read that there is a Titan of air that is still alive. I don't think that is them, and I gesture again to the storm. But it's possible. I can put out some feelers and ask.
I think that would probably be helpful. Because it would be good to know what we're up against, because that's clearly not natural. That's not normal. There's something going on.
No, it's not normal at all. And if we
And it'd be
weren't
good to know.
if we weren't needing to go to this ruins that was unearthed, I would say we should go there, but ruins first, at least.
Do we think we would get a better view of this, like, from the ruins, since they're, like, at a different part of the coastline?
There would be no light pollution out there from the city, so you might get a better look.
This is why they have angle restrictions at the Grand Canyon for all the lights, y'all. Gotta be able to see the stars.
Do I recognize the pattern in the clouds at all?
Ooh, make an Arcana check.
$17.
Yes, you do. It is, generally speaking, it is a pattern used for send help.
Oh.
Can we tell what it's over?
Is it going SOS, please? Someone help me.
Basically.
It's not easy.
But in Primordial, in the original Primordial.
I listened to Rihanna in Primordial.
Yeah.
I listened to
Same.
Rihanna in anything.
Race, given the direction where the storm is, it is in the same general direction that Titan's Watch is.
Great.
Ooh, shite.
Great. And one of my... Wait, let me look at my character sheet. Hold on.
So,
As everybody goes and looks at their lore sheets real quick.
One
I'm
of
like
my
s-
parents is a druid, correct?
Uh-huh.
And could potentially control the weather in a way that would... Or is he not powerful enough for that? But to send a message.
Not him, but his boss.
So I'm standing there, I'm looking out at the clouds, and obviously laying out all my theories. Here's what I think it could be: aliens, and then the code in the lightning storm
Mhm.
begins to actually like connect. And I'm just I track it for a couple of patterns just to make sure like I'm actually, because I'm assuming it's just repeating itself. It's cycling
Mhm.
and cycling
Yeah,
and repeating
it's-
itself. So I'm just making sure that I'm getting the full message and not like picking it up in the middle. Race,
Hmm?
that's saying SOS. The lightning.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How do we get there? How do we go there? Didn't it take a while to get here by ship? Like
About
several
a week.
days?
Yeah, about a week.
I don't know if there's teleportation circles or I can call in a favor, maybe?
Lily, roll me a history check.
Me.
At advantage, because this is your town.
Come on, Lily.
Hmm.
Save my people.
Guide yourself.
Oh yeah, guide
Come
yourself.
on.
You can guide yourself.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And don't forget you have inspiration.
I druidcraft on you too for no actual reason, but
History.
I
Oh,
prestidigitate you. You
I
smell
wanna
really
do-
nice
I
now.
wanna do something- I want to do something too.
I have a gust of wind.
I mend you. Like your soul, I mend your soul somehow. That's what the spell mending does, obviously.
12. Okay.
Obviously, don't question it. Don't read the rules.
Roll your
right.
guidance.
D4.
It's a D4.
Which is a D4. Yeah.
For what?
Heh.
Turned down for what?
So that takes
So
it
it's
up to
14 total. there's something that you know will help in this situation. You just can't think of exactly what it is right now. You know that there's something in this city that will help.
Okay.
You'll have to think about it a little bit, but
Jandar, still-
yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
Is there like, I don't know, a teleportation circle or something that we would be able to gain access to in some form or fashion? Something similar.
I mean, there might be at the Academy of Stars, but you'd be hard pressed to get access to something like that.
I can be very persuasive.
I don't doubt that.
Cream puff?
Thanks. Like,
Okay. Well, that's one thing we can think of. I can send a letter. See if I can
Maybe
call in a
something
favor.
These ruins will get us somewhere, or
Maybe. We should do the ruins
or
first.
we'll
Let
find
me
a tool.
send the letter. Go to the Academy of Stars. Well, how about this? Go to the Academy of
Okay.
Stars, see if we can gain access to a teleportation circle. If that doesn't work, I'll send a letter to try and call in a favor. And while that's going away, we can go and do the runes.
Yes, and we already have also contacted the Academy of Stars about the other issue. Perhaps they will be favorable towards us for doing that.
Oh, that's right. We
Even
did do
though-
that, didn't we?
We did.
We
Did.
we sign that
yeah.
anonymous
We
call? I
warned.
cannot recall.
Well, we can always go there
Right.
and say, hey, remember that nice bit of information you got that was super helpful regarding that?
Yes.
That was us. So how about you repay the favor?
Yes, we could do that.
Take me to the Titans Watch.
And all this during all this conversation, Lily is sort of standing there, only half listening because she knows there's something, but she can't bring it to the front of her mind.
Like
And
when
it's
there's
driving
something
her
on the
mad.
Yep.
tip of your brain, and you're like, it's right there.
yes.
I
Yeah.
poke Lily right in the middle of her forehead.
Ow! What'd you do that for? Ow!
It's sort of like when you have the hiccups, but it's information that's stuck in your brain. If you kind of like poke it, it's supposed to help.
Okay.
Did
fine.
it help?
Still. No, not really.
Hmm.
But it did take my mind off it because now my mind is concentrating on the fact that my forehead hurts.
Oh, I didn't poke you that hard. Stop being a
So I
weenie.
suppose it did work. How would you know? My forehead, not yours.
I'm literally the weakest person here in this form. I am so weak.
How weak are you?
Okay.
Says a voice from beyond.
If
Are you guys
had
just
to
like
quantify-
standing in the middle of the street still, or are you walking back towards Third
We're
House Surgeon
walking.
at this point?
walking? If you
We're
had to
walking back to Third House
quantify
Surgeon.
how strong I am out of a scale of like 1 to 20, you could put me at like a
Walking.
10.
I'll say
So
here
average.
for you to compare, and I will also poke Lillian for
Now that would hurt.
Oh, ow! Ow! Okay, fine.
See?
Okay,
now you know.
yeah, ow.
So on a scale from
Jeez.
1 to race, how much pain are you in? We can use that to assess injuries from now on.
A scale of
Worm
worm
to
to
race.
race.
That needs to be a quote.
How much does it hurt?
Also,
A
the
lot.
title of the session.
A lot more.
Yep.
A scale of worm to
A
race.
lot more. Yeah, I do have. Wait, what's my strength? A lot. 18.
Okay, so you make it back to house
Sorry.
surgeon, and Jandar says goodnight. You can tell he's pretty worn out. He's been kind of running the last couple of days. And you make it back. And you could go to sleep if you want. You can also see on the notice board, you were right, there is a notification there. And it...
So we go and take it down so that nobody else goes for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It says, adventurers needed. Recent volcanic activity has unearthed some old ruins south along the coast. The Archaeological Society is offering 500 gold to any party that can clear the ruins of any creatures and make it safe for our teams to enter. And those of you who have been in this town know that the Archaeological Society is a group that belongs to the Academy of Stars. And Lily, you would know, given the sort of ties that you have in the city, you would know that their person who is in charge of the Archaeological Society is very buddy with Governor Torquine.
Oh.
Oh.
That tracks. Okay. And it's the same location? Or
You would
seems
guess
to be?
it's the same general
Sounds like
directions,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Recently unearthed in an earthquake.
Well, it said volcanic activity, not earthquake activity, so I had to be sure.
Yeah. You guess that they're operating under the assumption that the earthquakes are caused by the volcano. It's not uncommon in this area for the volcano to rumble, causes earthquakes on the mainland.
The movement
I'm
of the
aware.
tectonic plates.
I'm
Actually,
aware.
Actually. Sorry. I'm sorry, I love volcanoes, man. They're so cool.
Me too.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I did a whole section of the MFA.
I did a whole ass volcano into this campaign just for Emily.
Really?
Yes.
I did an art show that was all miniature paintings of volcanoes.
I love that for you.
Say volcano, yes. The
I think
volcanoes.
Somewhere I still have a series that's the time-lapse pictures of Mount St. Helens.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I mean,
I got-
devastating, but so cool.
Yes, correct.
That's how people describe
but
it,
you think that this
devastating, but
notice would give you the you think that this notice, given that it's on the board and everything, would give you the legitimacy that you need to go there if you wanted to use that as your
Cover story.
That's if
you get stopped or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that it'll
Sorry, does
We've
it say
taken
we
on
have
this
to
job with the Archaeological Society.
Does it say we have to go talk to someone first?
Nope, it just says that you need to clear it out and then afterwards let them know.
Okay. So we'll take
And then you'll get paid.
We'll take that posting down then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're gonna take it.
You take it down.
Yeah. We'll take the job, and if we just happen to find something and it looks like a journal that just happens to end up in one of our packs, that's just pure coincidence.
And just keeping it on the down low, but anything that we think we might see that would be used to, I don't know, open a door. Probably should not leave that there either.
Yeah. 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 Well, we were told that we could, the Spark did say that we could take.
Yeah, but the Archaeological Society will
The Archaeological Society what the Archaeological Society doesn't see, the Archaeological Society doesn't know about.
Hey, if they can't clear out their own dungeons, they don't get first dibs on the treasure.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Those archaeologists need to start lifting, bro.
Okay. So is the plan to leave tonight or to leave in the morning? It's
No.
about, by the time you get back to Third House Surgeon, it's about 4 a.m.
Well, unless we can go to the Academy of Stars right now and talk to somebody.
Probably not.
So not
I mean, the
leaving
nerds
directly.
don't stay up late, and they're not looking at the stars that the Academy is named after. Mhm.
You know that
I'll-
it's not that kind of academy. It's more Academy of Bards.
Do they make meteorologists?
No.
Fuck.
I think we go and get a few hours sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to, just in case going to the Academy itself doesn't work out, I'm going to write a letter to my brother Seth to try
Okay.
and basically pull the younger sibling card and be like, hey, you remember that time that I didn't tattle on you? Good, because I need a favor.
Okay.
At least I'm assuming that's how younger siblings operate. I am the oldest, so I have no idea. I'm usually the recipient of that.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, it's basically just saying
okay.
like, you remember that time that you broke into Dad's office and accidentally like stole his whiskey and then accidentally poured it all over, his important paperwork on his desk, and then accidentally blamed it on like our pet. Yeah, I need a favor. So get your scaly behind to Yamani.
Okay.
Fine.
So yeah, you do that. You're able to send it with a courier if you want.
I'm not sending it yet. I'm
Um,
just getting it ready in case
okay.
going to the academy and they end up not having like a teleportation circle or we
Okay.
can't access it, so we can send it right away and
Okay.
just move along with our day.
Okay, sure. So you guys get a couple of hours sleep. You wake up in the morning. First thing you notice, Jandar's not there. Second thing is there is like a shipment of wagons that is getting ready to go out. You can see Amari is outside with Ava, and they're, it looks like they're discussing plans. As you all come out, and it's fairly early in the morning. Amari sees all of you and waves. Are you off on a job?
Yep.
Okay. Do I need to know which one?
No.
Fair enough.
No, I'm just kidding. We're going to take the archaeology job.
Oh, okay. Sure. Be safe.
Nah.
Not best. But probably nah.
You all notice, because it's pretty easy to see, you all notice that Amari has his bow strung across his back.
What's going on with you, hot stuff?
Getting a shipment ready? And he sort of motions at the wagon.
Oh yeah, I just mean, like what kind of shipment? And as I'm like making very obvious bow over the shoulder gestures.
He turns and like looks at you, and like, this is really kind of like the first time that you've really made eye contact with him. Amari has like these amazing gold eyebrow, like irises. There we go. I'm like, I cannot remember the freaking word. He has these really amazing like gold irises that like they sort of betray a sense of like safety and kindness and things like that, and sort of smiles at you, and like you get the sense that he's like looking only at you in this moment, and then And then sort of looks at the rest of the party, and he just says, this one is headed out west a little bit up the coast. Can be a bit tricky going that way.
Could I make an insight check of why I think Amari's being suspicious? Acting pretty sussy baka right now.
He pats one of the crates. This one is headed for Mabel. And you can make history checks if you want as well to see if you know anything about the area that he's talking about.
15, but I'm okay not knowing anything because I'm full swoon mode. And I say something like,
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, race.
if I was a red dragon, I'd keep your eyes in my hoard.
That is unsettling. Please do
Is
not
it?
keep anybody's eyes.
Oh. Oh, well.
He chuckles regardless. Race, you have no idea. With a nat 1, you're still thinking about what Worm told you about the clouds and the lightning and all that stuff. Like, you are 1,000% distracted. Ophelia and Lily and Worm, you guys know that Mabao is famous for being a...
Sorry.
Sure. It's famous for being a city of pirates. It is built on the coast.
Nice.
It's built on the coast, and it is built out of the wreckage of old ships where they're sort of like stacked on top of each other on a cliff or like along a cliff, and this whole city is built that way.
That's cool.
It's like if you've ever... So those of us who have played World of Warcraft, we know exactly the location in World of Warcraft where there's like a whole city built out of like ships along a coast.
Yes.
But this is like, there's a very sheer cliff, and these like shipwrecks are just sort of like attached to the cliff wall and built in walkways and things that go between them. And most of the time people do not go there over land because the surrounding jungle is very dangerous. It's usually sent along on ships, but that has its own dangers because pirates.
Yeah, I can see why you do. If that's where it's going, I can see why you'd want to be being careful. Why are you going overland? I would have thought it would probably be safer, or less of a, I don't know, maybe less of a obvious risk.
But when you're carrying precious cargo, it makes sense to try to disappear in the foliage.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And Ophelia, you didn't get anything on your insight check, but you do see after he like patted one of the crates, you look next to that crate, and there's one of those crates of what you know to be boom dust that you guys brought from Bel'Ser.
Looks at the boom dust. Looks at it. Looks at it. Looks at it.
Ophelia, you're staring.
Yes, I am.
Are you okay?
Boom dust.
What's that?
It's a powder. It
That goes boom?
Yes, exact. Hence the name. It is, I like it a lot.
Okay. Noted. Well, be careful, I guess. Don't die.
I'm not the one that's going.
Oh, but the
Oh,
gesturing again to the bow.
He just looks at you like, You can see that he is being willfully ignorant of what it is that you're.
And I'm being willfully
absolutely-
ignorant that he's avoiding the question.
Yes. You guys are just two dudes sitting in a hot tub 5 feet apart.
They're not gay.
But we're totally gay.
Yep.
And also, they're a dude, and I present female-ish. So is it
I know.
really gay?
I was just
He's
being
a
funny.
dude.
No, I
She's a
know. No.
dude. We're all dudes.
Everybody's just a dude. But yeah, he goes and he like opens the gate for you guys to get out and holds it open for you.
Mhm.
And just says, be safe. Come back in one piece.
Yeah, me
I know you're not going anywhere, allegedly.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
I'll see you soon,
Anywhere-
Worm. And he gives you that same kind of smile where he like looks into your eyes and gives you that makes you weak in the knee smile.
Ah!
Or Jandar leaves, I would like to give him something. No.
Jandar is not there.
Gandar's not there.
I gave him a stale cream puff. I know he probably had some.
You give Amari.
Yeah, Mari.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
I
takes
will-
it and like you know how in movies guys do that thing where like when they're taking something from somebody's hand and they like basically just put their whole ass hand around your hand. Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think I've
Afterwards-
ever felt dainty before.
I put a smoke bomb after he's done holding Ram's hand in his hand, and I say, "Come back in one piece. This is a smoke bomb."
Allegedly. But they're not leaving anywhere, allegedly.
Ram's hand. What's Ram doing here?
Oh my god, it's Ram. What the-
Nancy? What are you doing here?
Let's all talk to ourselves as our own characters. Go.
Oh, God. No.
I think that you get to be Reggie then.
Hey. I'm Reggie.
No, but
Anyways.
I would hand that to Amari and I would be like, be safe. Or else.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Uh.
Thanks. He takes the smoke bomb and looks at it. I've never used one of these before.
You pull the pin and you throw it.
Allegedly.
Good to know.
No, that is completely true.
Yes.
Hmm.
He kind of tucks it in his bag. Thank you. All of you, be safe.
You too. I'll see you soon.
Allegedly, apparently. Why are we
Allegedly.
saying allegedly?
Hopefully.
It's for legal reasons.
Yeah.
I do
Yes.
not believe there's any legal precedent about what we're going to do.
There's plenty of legal precedent. Lots of people go ruin clearing. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Dungeon delving. Okay, so are you going to stop by the Academy of Stars or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you make the trek up the hill, which, so you basically you have to walk past the Illumination Abbey, and the road sort of winds up this big hill where the Citadel is, as well as the Academy of Stars. They're all sort of up on this hill that overlooks the rest of the city.
That
'Cause bougie money.
sucks.
Yeah. The gates of the academy are open, and you can see that there are students around. There is when you first walk in the gates, there is a 2-story tower that is like the information building would be on a campus like this. And you can go there if you want. The academy seems busy, but not in like a frantic sort of way. It's very much like kids rushing to class and things like that, the way you would expect a college to be. But there doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency at the moment. So
Okay. I guess I don't know, like a welcome desk or
yeah, in that tower
Yeah.
there is sort of like a information desk.
I haven't been to college in like a decade. I don't know. Longer than a decade.
Yeah,
That tracks.
me either. You're good.
Just Em made a face at me.
Oh,
Like
But
information.
Lily would know that two-towered building, that's
yes.
probably the
Mhm.
place to start.
Yep.
So she's
Yeah,
sort of
so you all
like,
sort of
over
file in
this
there.
way. Yeah.
Okay.
You all sort of file in there, and there's one of those real big, like curved desks where the people sort of sit in the middle of it, and there is one very frumpy looking lady that's sitting behind the desk. She's got like these little like half moon glasses on with the string that sort of keeps it around her face. She's wearing a very like prim and proper silk button-up shirt, and she sees all of you and looks at all of you, and she's like, "Can I help you?"
Oh, I was hoping for the Mike Wazowski voice. Always watching.
She retired. She retired. She would not leave an HOA just to go work at a college with a bunch of punks.
Theater kids, no less. Since it's a Bard college. Come
That's
on.
true.
Yeah.
Hi.
More true.
I was hoping to speak to someone about teleportation.
Can you be a bit more specific? Like you want to take teleportation classes?
No. As in, I
Okay.
need one.
A teleportation circle.
Yes.
Are you a student?
No.
Are you a visiting dignitary?
Technically?
What do you mean by technically? I need a little bit more to go on.
Well, you see, I'm kind of on a mission, but it's got to stay on the DL, so I can't really be like fully exposed. So I can't tell you, but
We
Yes.
have information that the Academy might find useful.
What sort of information? So I know who to direct
We
you
will
to?
need to speak to somebody higher up.
oh my god, you just pulled the "we want to speak to your manager," Ophelia. You can't just do that.
Ophelia slow blinks.
Mm.
I'm going to hold on. Let me look at my character sheet. Hold on. I know how to work this. I've played
Where
on
I'm like-
Fantasy Grounds before. What the fuck is it?
Roll me a persuasion check first before anything else.
How's a 19 do you?
19. Okay. So you can see that she hasn't completely rejected you out of hand just yet. She's at least listening.
Oh, that's a plus.
Can I use this?
Yes. Is it the heart of the cards?
It's the heart of the darkness. From being a haunted one. Those who look into your eyes.
She is not a commoner.
She's not a commoner. She's working a desk
Nope.
job.
She is not a commoner.
A commoner would
college.
imply an
She's
unnamed
got at
NPC.
least 2 degrees.
She has a name? What's her name? Is it Alexandra Hamilton?
Yes.
Shit. Is there a million things she hasn't done, but just we wait?
Exactly.
No, Ophelia says
You
would
do
let-
see that there's a sign on the desk that says Lyriel Silas.
Does that name sound familiar?
Make a history check.
But don't forget, people can give themselves guidance if they have it. I don't have it, though.
That was to you, Liz.
Doesn't mean anything to you.
We're using my inspiration. That's
14. Nope.
how do I roll it? Oh, sorry, I can't read. Yeah, so doesn't ring a bell.
My name's Jared. I'm 18, and I never learned how to read.
Oh,
Same.
I don't know if
relate
this
to
would
it.
be like transferable, I guess, but I have library access from my background. Basically means like I can access repositories, get extensive
Repositories.
interviews, that sort of thing for free.
That's if you tell them who you are.
I don't want to do that.
I know. But that's the trade-off. You get in for free, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff, but you have to tell them who you are.
What's your name, kid?
Can you guys do me a favor? Just hum and stick your fingers in your ears.
Earmuffs?
Yeah, earmuffs.
Why?
I do not have earmuffs. I do have this rat suitcase, though. Ophelia pulls it out.
For crap, what's it called? I
Sure.
forget. Where you don't know something because you've never known it, even if you suspect it, but you've never had confirmation.
So, okay, hold on. I don't have... Ophelia's getting very hung up that they don't have earmuffs.
Just
They're,
stick your
like, looking through
fingers. Just use your fingers.
I'm Hold on. Ophelia
Just
also has long
put your
nails.
hands
Like
over your
like
ears.
this, Ophelia.
Okay, do this then.
I don't know
Do we
how
have
to
be-
deafen
do we have to
them.
go in the cone of silence? Do we have to go in the cone of silence? Do we get to go in the cone?
Yeah, we're gonna put you in the cone of silence for 30
The
seconds.
cone, the
I'm gonna go
cone.
to the
I just don't know how to do
it.
Okay,
I
you
got
do
it.
that.
I got it.
Look at the pitbull head. Look at the pitbull.
Up dog.
Okay, I'm gonna also go to the bathroom.
Mute and deafen.
You can dance. You can.
And deafen. So, while they're busy like humming and stuff, need to pull up my notes so I can pronounce my name correctly. My name is Zinir Sash, and I am the daughter of the King and Queen of Ebonbreak. I need a teleportation portal to Titan's Watch as soon as I need it.
So she takes a minute and kind of looks at you and she says, "There is no king and queen in Titan's Watch."
No, I said Ebonbreak. My parents are
Oh,
the King
sorry.
and Queen of Ebonbreak.
There is no king and queen in Ebonbreak.
Yes, there is. Or there was.
They have not been seen for many years.
I know. Because they were raising me and my brothers in the elemental plane of air.
You see she's like sizing you up a little bit, and
I let her see just
There's
a
a,
little
like-
bit behind the veil.
Mhm.
Just a little.
yeah, she sort of like you see there's a very small like hand movement and a flash of like her eyes, and she kind of sits back for a second. So, I will send for the headmaster, but are you aware your brother is here?
Which one?
Sorry, I gotta look at the list of them.
That's okay.
There's a one named Kai here.
Really? That little shithead. Totally losing, like, the royal countenance. Just like, that motherfucker.
Yes,
Well-
he's been here for a while.
We're all on walkabout right now. So that doesn't surprise me. But if nothing else, he can confirm I am who I say I am.
Very well. I will send for... You need a teleportation circle?
To Titan's
To where?
Watch.
Titan's Watch.
Yes.
That may take some doing, but I will see what I can do. Give me a moment.
Thank you.
And she sort of leaves. You can pull them out of the cone of silence now.
They changed how it does on the board. So you have to
I
go into
know
like a
it, that-
secondary menu and it's stupid.
I couldn't figure it out. Allow.
There we go. Everybody should be
Okay.
hearing now.
Yes.
Allow. Okay. So you guys have been sort of like over by the door, ignoring what's happening over here. The only things that you notice is that the woman that is behind the desk gets up and leaves. And Worm is just sort of there.
I pull out a piece of copper wire and I
Mhm.
start pointing it. Kai, 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 Kai. And I'm like going around in like a full circle to see if I can reach him. I know it's only like 120
Okay.
feet, but if he's nearby, I want to yell at him.
Just roll me a D100, just for shits and giggles.
Nope, that's a D5. I do not want a D5. Oh yeah, they made it their own thing. Just forget that. 96.
Okay, so like you're turning in a circle, and there's a moment where you just get what the hell?
You little shit. Get your ass into the registrar's office right fucking now. You can reply to this
Get back.
message.
You get back. Worm? What the hell are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm on my way.
This was
And, like,
probably a bad
10
idea.
Like 10 minutes later, you don't get a response, but like 10 minutes later, the rest of you see a young man, looks to be elvish, with sort of very long accentuated ears that have many silver hoops in them. And he's wearing like a silk shirt that is only partially buttoned. He's got
Oh,
his
no.
boots are on the wrong feet.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And he comes running into he slides into the office because the floors are marble in here. He sort of slides in, sees Worm, yells, and then scoops Worm up and spins her around.
Put
What
me
is
the
happening?
fuck down.
Are you assaulting my friend? Are you assaulting my companion?
No, I'm not being assaulted. It's fine. This is my brother.
Is your brother
He
assaulting
basically-
you?
Oh!
One
Hello.
of them.
Just like he hugs you and he's like, what the, how did you get here? When did you get here? And he like takes you and he like mushes your face.
Ow.
This
He's
seems
like,
like you are being attacked.
Does mom know you're here? Does
Not
dad
here
know you're here?
specifically. We're all on walkabout. You know that.
I know. How did you?
Can you
He, like,
unsquish
lets
my
go of your
face,
face.
please? Thank you.
What's with your shoes?
He looks down,
Kai's a
Where you
nudist.
Seat
and
round?
like his face turns bright red, and he like sits down on a bench nearby to pull him off and fix him. He's like, I was busy.
You were having sex, weren't you?
No.
You are the worst liar out of all of us. You are the worst liar. How are you in Bard's College?
How do you know
I
so
happen
many
to be a
people?
talented actor. Thank you very much.
Could have fooled me.
what are you doing here?
I'm trying to get a teleportation circle to Titan's Watch.
He just like stops and he looks at you and he goes, why?
I grab him by his stupid elf ear and drag him over to the nearest window to point across the way to the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
And he stops and he like looks at it and you can see like he just gets this look on his face where he's like concentrating really hard and he's like, oh shit.
Right?
Is it who is it?
I don't know. It could be Seph's best friend. It could be Ray's dad's boss. I'm not sure. But they need help and we need to go. But we need to get there quickly.
And then he stops and he like you can see he's like his brain is working really hard right now. And he's like, but Steph's friend wouldn't be here. How would he be here?
Oh, you know what? You really need to like take your face out of somebody's asshole and like pay attention to what's going on around you. Somebody's
What's the fun in that?
I mean, I agree, but currently there's some issues with people trying to open particular doors that should remain shut.
I'm sorry, what now?
Things are coming through those doors that should not be coming through those doors, and they sometimes don't have a choice when they come through those doors.
Things are going very wrong and very poorly. We need the teleportation circle. Also, I'm Ophelia. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, everyone. This is my brother Kai. This is Race, my best friend, Ophelia, and Lily.
So wait, your best friend doesn't know your brother?
We're not estranged or anything. We're just on our own exploration in our youth.
Right, Race has been with us a long time. I do not think you are estranged.
No, I mean with my brother.
Oh.
He just kind of like leans over. He's like, where did you find this one?
I'm not sure, to be honest. We sort of fell into one another, and Ophelia's like
fell into one another or fell into one another?
Like just fell into friendship.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyway.
Teleportation circle.
Just wipe all that. So, Kai. These are my friends.
Work.
Race is my best friend. She's been the one with me since I got to Titan's Watch.
What the devil were you doing there?
That's where I lived.
You know, looking for things and stuff. Like we're supposed to be doing.
Like you're supposed to be doing.
You can see like his eyes keep like shifting to the storm outside, like outside the window. And make an insight check, why don't you?
Do I get advantage because it's my brother and he's an idiot?
Sure.
Make a meteorology check while you're at it.
Make a meteorology check. Dirty 20.
He is doing his very best to hide it, but he is uneasy.
Yeah, I know. I'm also uneasy at what I'm seeing, which is why we need a teleportation circle.
I don't know that the magistrates will allow it. They've been very tight-lipped about things lately. I don't know if you know what's going on in this city, but
who are you to talk? You didn't even know that there were elemental plane doors opening.
Listen, I've been busy.
Yeah, I know, getting dick down. What are you talking about?
It's just odd that you're here and Levi's here and I'm here.
Sorry, Levi is here too?
Yeah. Who's that?
Levi.
And I guess Seth is coming here.
Are you serious?
Who's Seth's friend?
Levi and Seth are my brothers.
Is Seth like?
You have a lot
friend
of brothers.
I've got
It's
a
just-
couple, yes.
Is he like? Are you guys talking about friends of Dorothy, or what kind of friends are you speaking of?
What?
Friends of Dorothy is like a way to say like, oh, somebody was queer back in the day. Like, oh, he's a
Oh.
friend of Dorothy.
I didn't know that. No, not
And
that.
it's like Judy Garland.
Got it. Okay. No, they're my brothers,
Ruby.
and Steph's best friend is. It's a long story. Steph's best friend is relevant, and the fact that all of us are being brought here by whatever reason, probably not a good thing for all four of us to be here.
May I ask a question?
Of course,
Who would win in a fight, your best friend or Seth's best friend?
Steph's best friend.
What? I look at race.
I'm.
What?
If you knew why, it would be without a question. You would understand.
I do
I
not
could take him.
understand it.
I
You
think I
could take him, but he
I
would
just
squash
think
you.
I could take him.
Could you explain why?
I could take him. I could take him. I don't know who it is, but I could take him.
I looked at Kai. Who is your best friend?
Could I take your best friend?
Yes, you definitely could take my best friend. He's rather small, and you look very tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is your other brother? The third one.
Levi.
Levi.
Could Race take Levi's best friend?
I don't know if Levi has a best friend. He's a bit of a twat.
That's quite sad.
I mean,
Oh.
he deserves it.
So we should beat him up.
Listen, Levi was in the Gatestone the other night,
Oh.
and
when the
you-
other night.
you know that a few days ago when the fires
Oh.
were.
Oh.
Oh.
I haven't seen him
Oh.
since. He's been sort of laying low, but he's in the city.
He's laying
I don't know what's
low.
going on. I don't like that all four of us are going to be here.
Me neither.
So what you should do is help us get that teleportation circle so we can leave.
Mm.
I'm just a student. I have no access to such things.
Can you get us a meeting with the magistrate at
I
Race?
may have already done something to pull rank. Don't be
You
mad
do
at me.
Something bad.
What did you do?
Diplomatic community?
What?
You can see he sort of like gets this look on his face, and like he just sort of, what have you gotten yourself into?
It's
That's
really
classified.
bad.
Does it have anything to do with this nonsense going on in the city?
Possibly.
No.
If we all give different answers, he won't know the truth.
Possibly classified. No.
It's worth noting that my deception is -2.
Yeah.
What you need,
I'm very
what you
bad at
need to
lying.
know is that we need that
No.
teleportation circle. Also, where is your best friend? I want to see him compared to Race.
Were you doing a Jedi mind trick or just
Yes.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
We need the teleportation circle.
Show us
This
the
is not your
teleportation
sister that
circle.
made a mistake.
Yeah, disregard what your sister has done. Teleportation circle is important. Also, let Race fight your best friend.
Mm.
Look.
He says you should go now.
Well, I can't really. And if I go, you need to go too, because they know you're my brother.
Great.
What did you do, Worm? I don't understand what's exactly happening right now.
Pulled
but it sounds
rank.
Not. But what rank?
What rank do you have to pull?
Yes,
not important.
It sounds important.
It's not. No, it's fine.
Hey, Kai, what rank do you have?
Same rank as I do.
He just sort of looks at Worm, like wondering how much to say.
You know how we weren't supposed to tell anybody anything?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That's where we're at, and that's how it should stay.
Worm, though I have not known you a long time, I will trust that you are making the best decisions that you are able to, and I will not ask more questions at this time about who you and your family are. But know that I thrive on information, and this is a big leap for me to try to keep my curiosity to myself.
I understand, and I appreciate that, Ophelia. Consider it, I still can't think of what it's actually called. It's mentioned in Independence Day, and that's the only reference I have.
Flush 'em, Jay. No, that's Men in Black shit.
Like where you're...
Plausible deniability?
That's the one.
Okay, like, wait a minute. I gotta Rolodex through that movie real quick.
I know, I'm sitting there like... It's like right there. I can picture the scene. I just can't get
Pyro
the
Club.
Words. Hey, Pyro Club. Thanks for the raid.
So Kai just, like, ignoring kind of everybody else for a second, he, like, you know, grips you by the shoulders and looks into your eyes, and his eyes do that thing that yours do, and just very seriously looks at you and says, "You need to leave before the Magister gets here. If he finds out you're related to me, you're going to be in danger. You need to leave now."
You need to leave too. Because they already know we're related.
I can't leave.
Yes, you can. Grab your best
No, I
friend.
cannot.
Grab your dick friend, and let's go.
And they're all roommates.
More complicated than that.
Out of character moves. Maggie has a theory. Maggie has a theory.
Okay.
You do not have to
Maggie's
confirm
got a
or
theory.
deny the theory, but Maggie has the theory. Is Worm the child of the king and queen because they had a brood? Am I the last one getting this, by the way?
I love that you were so excited about that.
I'm underwhelming everybody's reaction to me figuring this out. It's very underwhelming. Emily's face.
Race does not know anything about this, but Emily may have figured it out a while ago.
What about Liz? What about
You're right.
Cameron?
You mean the name Worm Drakenspawn didn't give you a huge clue?
I mean, I knew that, there are more than one dragons, Emily. I think that you're being pretty presumptuous.
And to be fair, Worm just sort of like dragged all that information in for funsies. Like, her middle name is not actually Trouble. She doesn't have a middle name.
I think it is.
Okay, Worm Drakenspawn, whose aunt is Ram.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, come on.
Wait, I didn't figure that part out. Shit.
Her snakes are called Sneeze and Craney.
I just thought she was a fan. Because we're heroes of the realm. That's genuinely what I thought. It's like, oh, she's just a big fan.
And
Fangirl.
Worm taught
aunties.
me all about them, which is why my sword's name is freaking Astro.
Aster something.
Oh,
Astro
Liz, did you know this? Liz, did you know this? Or am I the last one to figure
No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no, no.
okay.
I have not made that, even begun to make that connection. Don't worry.
I was really excited about.
Yeah.
Ophelia does not know this at all.
No.
Ophelia's like, turns to Worm and says, "Should we kidnap your brother right now?
Yes.
I need to know."
But
Okay.
it probably won't work because he can be very big.
Well, you can also.
He-
I can also be very big. I just choose not to. I mean, I am pretty big, but it's in a
I
different
would
way.
like to cast the spell Kidnap Dragon. I have it. Trust me, bro.
What about these ruins, though?
I mean, we have to go do that regardless. So let's just go.
Yeah.
And when Seth gets here, Kai, my big brother, I love you very, very much. Get the fuck out of here.
He just sort of gives you a smile that you recognize very much from childhood as him.
Being stubborn.
Yes.
Okay, well,
I tell him in Draconic. Meet us at Third House Surgeon. Bring whoever you need to. Tell Seth and Levi. Except I use their full names. Like their actual names.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should get it. Ophelia whispers to Race. You just...
He just sort of, squeezes your shoulders and, like, in a very un-Kai sort of manner, just, like, kisses your forehead and tells you to be safe.
Oh my god, he's gonna die.
Kai, don't...
And then leaves.
He's... So... Should we not try to, like, grab him?
No,
at
we need to
least?
go. We need to go. And I, like, just grab whoever is closest and start walking for the door.
Oh, no, I am being kidnapped.
Help, I'm being repressed.
Are you detaining me?
Yes?
Okay.
So you get
Lily has been watching.
outside.
Lily has been watching all of this and just, oh, okay. If everyone else is going, I better go too, sort of thing. But not.
You
not having
get outside.
Not properly understood anything.
Yes. you all get outside, and like as you're sort of crossing the common area outside that leads back to the gate, Worm, you can see over coming out of like one of the other buildings is the secretary that you spoke with, and there is what you guess to be a mage, because he's wearing very like long, flowy, bright red robes.
Before we leave the office, I'm going to and Opia.
Okay. So before you step out, but then like when you all step outside, you do see that woman coming, and the mage that she has with her, he's wearing these very like intricate red robes that have there is no stitching on them except for over like where his heart would be. There is a black circle. And Lily, you know that marks him as the sort of like the highest level that you can be in his field.
Oh shit, he has a black belt.
And he has very long white hair that's pulled back into a very tight braid.
Oh, no,
and he looks to be elf. His
Oh, no,
ears
he's not.
are long and pointed. Probably full blood if you had to guess.
Oh, no,
And
he's so
he
hot.
is old. For
Oh,
an
he's so
elf, he
hot.
is old. And is definitely headed towards the main office where you guys just were.
We gotta escape.
Does the
But you see-
secretary person notice us? Or is she too busy talking to the mage?
No, she does not notice you guys. She continues walking she is very focused on the sort of like building, and you can tell just from her facial expression she is very nervous to be anywhere near this man.
Ophelia wants to equip her slingshot and a smoke bomb.
Okay.
And she is ready to, like, if, like, they see us, Ophelia... Well, not see us, if they try to chase after us, I want to like lob a smoke bomb at them so that we can escape.
Okay. You don't think like they go in sort of a side door, and you don't think that they saw you as you reach the gates.
Okay, now we
Excellent. So we just leave.
We didn't even learn the name of his best friend.
Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up.
Why?
I really fucked up.
What happened?
Worm, or Hopia, sorry. Hopia.
Yeah.
You did what you thought was the best option at the time.
Oh.
It might be a mistake in hindsight, but at the time, you did not know.
By the sound of it, you didn't even know that Kai was here. So how could you have done anything differently?
I could have kept our.
You guys headed for the gate.
Yeah, we're booking it, I assume.
Okay. For
Like
the city
casually
gate.
booking it? Like walking with purpose?
Fly casual.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah. So you guys make your way back down the hill and out through one of the main city gates. Lead you to the road that will take you south.
And I'm like full panic mode the entire way.
Okay.
Can I... where are we going? Are we going to the ruins now, or are we going somewhere else?
Ruins, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think we're going to the ruins, yeah.
How far is it away?
Presumably, you don't need to send
It's
that
about
letter.
a day.
Well,
No, does Harpias doesn't need to send that letter then, presumably, because the relevant brothers are already coming, if not already here.
It is not good if we're all going to be in the same area. There should be no reason we're all here.
Why?
We were sent out to discover ourselves. It's fine if we cross paths, but for all four of us to be in the same location at the same time,
it's a bad
Do
omen.
you think someone did that on purpose, or it's just a bad sign?
I don't know. It's not... I don't necessarily believe in fate, but I don't believe in coincidence either.
Do you feel like you're the tinder and there's a spark?
And
So
we're
many people are
about
after
to
you.
set this shit on fire. No, sorry.
No one is
I
after
said
us.
that quietly.
Exactly.
Ophelia's making the beluga face, trying really hard not to ask invasive questions.
The beluga face.
The beluga get the cat.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Like they are actively trying to not be like invasive about Hopia's privacy.
And Lily just walks up to her peer and just puts her hand on her shoulder and says, Ophelia is right. You did what you thought was the best thing at the time. There's no need to beat yourself up about that.
I will try not to, but if Kai gets killed because of this, if Levi or Seth, I've fucked up.
Well, he looked like a pretty intelligent kid to me, I suspect.
No, Kai is
He
an
can
idiot.
probably look after himself. But I think he can probably look after himself.
Technically,
Just like
we
you.
all
As
can.
you're all
Yeah, just like you can.
approaching the like city gate that leads out, everybody roll me an insight check.
Ah, yes. I am quite wise. 16.
Okay. Worm, you got a 20. Okay.
I didn't roll yet.
Oh, that's your old one. Never mind.
I rolled a 7, which
Oh,
tracks.
that
I'm
didn't-
not exactly
Okay.
doing too hot right now.
No. So Race and Ophelia, and Lily too, to some sense, you know who Rue is and who they're involved with, and you think that Rue could be persuaded to assist in this manner when it comes to Ophia's brother.
We
Mhm.
should find Rue. They might be able to assist in this manner because of who they are involved with.
But despite
That's a
you,
fair point, actually.
it is not so much what Rue can do, it's whether Kai will agree or not.
Rue is very persuasive.
Are they?
No.
Also, even if
No.
you do not agree that Rue is persuasive, their associates might be persuasive.
Snowy.
As in, they might not offer that much of a
Mhm.
choice.
If
Secret kitten.
we have been sworn to certain things while we are on walkabout, but if we are threatened beyond what we can handle, perhaps Rue can get them underground, if nothing else.
You all know that Rue is getting ready to was at Third House Surgeon getting ready to go take care of some business. So you could maybe flag them down before you leave town.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that.
So you quickly make your way across town to the Azure Ward to Third House Surgeon. Like Rue has got a pack on their back, and they're just coming out the door of the bunkhouse as you guys are approaching. Oh, hey guys!
Hi, Rue.
Hey.
Rue,
We have a.
Why the long faces?
I need a favor.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
Okay.
Could you smuggle my brother and whoever he needs out of the city?
You have a brother?
I have 3 brothers, yes.
I mean, smuggling people's not exactly my thing, but I know people.
Are they trustworthy?
Yeah. Some of the best people I know.
My
You
brother's
can
name
tell
is
that she understands like the seriousness of this.
my brother's name is Kai. He's at the Academy of Stars. He's
Okay.
elf. Whoever he
Will he come
needs-
willingly?
I don't know. I don't think so, but he's also a stubborn asshole. And I'm the
Runs
younger.
in the family then.
I'm not stubborn. I am petulant. There is a difference.
I mean, I'll definitely see what I can do. Can tell him or give him. He knows that you sent me.
Yes, and I unwrap Sneeze from my quarterstaff,
Mhm.
and hand
Okay.
Sneeze to Rue. Sneeze will be able to find me when you have found Kai.
Is Sneeze the coolest snake?
Sure.
The least
Rude.
peasant-like.
Just very
at least.
gently.
Rude.
Cranny is
Rue just very gently
Also
holds.
true, but
Did Sneeze do like a show
Rue
off?
just kind of holds Sneeze and. Sure. Rue just nods and says, "Anything else I need to know?"
I wouldn't try to force him, but if you can convince him and whoever he needs to bring with him, that would probably be your best bet.
Okay. I got it.
And quickly.
I'll get word to you.
Thank you.
And she kind
I
of
owe
like
you.
tucks, like sneeze around her.
I owe you.
What are friends for? And she sort of like pet bets.
Thank you.
And she sort of like adjusts her pack and she says, "See you on the flip side," and heads out.
Okay, let's go deal with these ruins. It'll at least get us out of the city
Right?
for now.
Yeah.
All right. So you begin your journey south along the coast, and that's where we're going to leave it for the week.
Well, that's fun.
Mm.
Oh, a wee bit of a lore dump for our viewers.
Mm.
I figured it out. I cracked the code.
You did.
Poor
crack
Emily
the
has
code.
known for like months,
it's been a while, yeah.
pretty much since you changed your name on your character sheet.
Yeah.
I just got a message was like, "I know who Worm is now."
I think I also messaged Bree just to be like, hey,
Hey.
I know this thing. I'm not gonna say anything. Because Reyes is not that smart. And she doesn't have the context.
Yeah. So that's lots of fun. Let's go find somebody to raid who is hopefully still,
Yeah.
Live.
Hopefully still on.
and doesn't go away before I get us over there. So, let's see. Okay, it looks like they're still going. We're gonna go over to Blue Cottage D&D. Give them a follow if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out Monument Studios. Their Fantasy Plus audio system is live. You can get it yourself, and we'll see you when you see you.
Mm.
Bye.
Bye.